So funny story. This morning I got a lead that there's a Ms. Pac-Man Countercade coming and being sold by QVC.com of all places. So I go to QVC.com to look at it, and what do I find? I find regular Pac-Man. And if I'd paid closer attention, I'd see choice of games. So you have to click into it and select Ms. Pac-Man. But man, QVC, way to bury the lead. This is a new game that's not been released in eons in an official format of this size at least. You could kind of talk about the Replicade, but this is a little bit bigger. And you buried that behind Pac-Man, a product that's been out for years in Countercade form, or at least with 1 year. And yeah, this is the Wave 2 version, and it does look nicer, and we'll get into what's different in a second. But Miss Pac-Man should have been front and center, so I missed that, so I didn't get to break that news for you guys. I apologize. But the Miss Pac-Man Countercade is official. We don't know when it'll be shipping, but you can order it now. It's 93 bucks, which I think is eminently reasonable. And it's what it looks like from behind. I mean, not with the Miss Pac-Man artwork, but you can see it's still got that same tan MDF board on the back. It doesn't look bad though. It looks pretty substantial for a miniature cabinet. I've been saying if you've got a bar at home, like a bar in your man cave, something like that, these products are pretty nifty. I don't currently have a bar or really a good place to put these. It's not something I've done yet. But if I did, I probably would pick up one or two of these. And like with everything else Arcade1up sells, it's going to come down to the artwork. The basic Pac-Man is just that. It's pretty basic. But the Ms. Pac-Man looks really cool. And I love the design on the front. Absolutely awesome. Looks great. Dig in the hot pink bezels. Everything looks really slick here. The proportions are finally on point as well. The monitor to bezel proportions look reasonable. So let's check out what's different from Wave 1. Not that this is the first Wave 2 countercade, but it is a Wave 2 countercade. So it's 18.5 inches by 11.25 by 12.25, weighs 11 pounds. All right, so that is Wave 2. Here is Wave 1, and you can tell right away the bezel is monstrous. Now, the funny thing is they actually shrank the monitor a little bit for Wave 2, but it looks so much better than this. And this looks pretty bad. And so here are the dimensions. In addition to being a $200 product, now you could get them on sale, and $150 is a price these were commonly available for. But nonetheless, this is a $200 product. The new one is a $100 product, much better price point. Wave 1 was 13.5 by 14.5 by 21.5, and it weighed 17 pounds, which is surprising to me that this could be that heavy. So it's big, it's clunky. They've shrunk the design, and I think they've really knocked the look of this out of the park. Now, would I like them to sell a light-up marquee separate? Yeah, I would. Now, I understand you're not going to get that for under $100. Not asking for it for under $100. I think this is an awesome entry-level price point, but it would be nice if they sold upgrades. Things like a Sanwa stick that you can buy from them that's got the correct wiring harness for their PCB, things like the light-up marquee. So there's still room for improvement to expand upon this as an enthusiast-level product, but this looks good. It's a massive improvement over Wave 1. Curious to see what you guys think as always. Let me know in the comments. Are you going to be picking this up? Do you have a home bar somewhere where this would be a good spot? Or are you waiting for that 3/4 scale Miss Pac-Man? We're still waiting on an announcement as to when that will come, but I bet it'll be fairly soon. I'm sure they want to give the 40th anniversary Pac-Man some room to breathe in retail, but I bet we'll see Ms. Pac-Man sooner than later. And actually, before we go, one more thing. If you keep scrolling down at QVC.com, they do have a new Pac-Man stool design. Now, I've never seen this design before. The surround is that baby blue, and then it's got the basic Pac-Man logo up top. Looks pretty good. $70, I think a reasonable price. Some people have said this is overpriced, but when you look at branded stools like this, 50 to 80 bucks is about what you pay. I've heard bad things about a lot of the $50 and $60 stools that are out there at different stores. So 70 I think is reasonable. 80 is getting a little high, and yeah, I know there's a shipping cost here, so maybe I'm splitting hairs, but I view this as pretty reasonable. And I would point out that Arcade1up as of now, as of NBA Jam actually, has two different formats for stools, so it's kind of confusing. If you're buying a stool bundle now with one of the upright cabinets, namely NBA Jam, that stool is not adjustable, so you don't get those legs, those leg extensions at the bottom. They already come full height. You can't adjust it down. The ring in the center is on the outside. Those are pretty minor deals, but it's actually a higher quality stool over time. And I didn't note this in my NBA Jam review, but now that I've had more time to play on it, the seating pad is more substantial than my adjustable height Street Fighter stools, and it just overall feels sturdier. And it was also more level out of the box than the other stools I bought from Arcade1up. So this is that older version adjustable, not quite as robust, but makes sense because this way you can adjust it down and use it as a sit down option for a cabinet without a riser. Although who's playing Arcade1ups without a riser in 2020? Judging by all the posts of people trying to get their hands on risers, my guess is not many. I'll put links to both of these products below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids